Man, she really came a long way, man. From watching Forex videos to now teaching it's kind of mad, but this might be your first video you've seen or the first link I've sent to you. But this video is just going to be like a basic understanding of Forex. Obviously, if you have this link, don't share it with no one. I don't think I'm going to start proper videos till like late 2024 or early 2025. So yeah, but this until like I have like a proper editor and stuff, and like I have proper organized videos and just bare ideas and stuff. But this is what I would these videos I'm sending to you now is what I would send to my students or people that I'm teaching. So if you want to gain knowledge from it, you should. But this video, I'm just going to explain to you Forex on a very basic level, going off the factor that you have zero, absolutely no experience in any sort of trading. Obviously, I do Forex trading and crypto trading, but this video is going to explain it based off of the fact that you have absolutely no knowledge on it. You're looking at this thinking, yo, what the fuck am I looking at? Like, I've been there. Obviously, I've been trading for a minute now, but I've been there. Everyone's been there. Trading's trading's hard. It's difficult. It's not easy. But really and truly, how can you be making such good money and it be easy? You get me? Like, if you really want to learn and you really want to do it, then you'll do it. That's with anything. If you want to become a doctor today, you can become a doctor today. But it's up to you if you want to put in the work to learn it. You get me? So, yeah, Forex trading. Gonna go over the basics. By the end of the video, you don't understand it, go and learn dropshipping because this is literally like the ABC of Forex. Obviously, you can still ask me questions if you don't get it, but like if it's too difficult, you might have to go learn something else. Or if you're not interested in it, go learn something else. But yeah, let's just get straight into it. Actually, I'm just gonna turn my camera off so you might get the full screen. But firstly, before I even go into all of this shenanigans and what, like, just all of this stuff that you probably have no idea of what you're even looking at, I feel like it's most important to actually get an understanding of what Forex is. So, like, what actually is Forex? So, Forex is short for foreign exchange, meaning you're exchanging currencies. So, let's say one day you fly out to, let me turn my camera back on, but let's say one day you fly out to Paris, yeah, and you have £100, and then you want to exchange it into euros because in Paris they use the euros. Before you fly out, you might exchange it for 120 euros, and then you go there for 3 days. And let's imagine a scenario where you kept the euros now, and you never used any money in Paris. Somehow you went on holiday for 3 days and used no money. God knows how. Let's say you done that, and then you came back and you wanted to exchange those same 120 euros back into pounds, you may realize in 3 days, just 3 days, that 100 euros may now be worth, 120 euros may now be worth, instead of £100, which is what you initially started with, may now be worth like £90, for example. Or it could be worth, let's say, £110. Like, it could work both ways where it could be worth more pounds because of the exchange rates have now changed. That's literally all you're doing with Forex. You're trading off of those differences in exchange rates. It's literally as simple as that. Like, no, like, it's not the banks or some next imaginary thing. You're literally trading off of those exchange rates. As simple as that. And so let's say you have £1 or £100. Sorry, let's use the same scenario. You have £100, and then that £100 goes from being worth 120 euros to now 150 euros. What does that mean? It means the value of the pound has now increased because that same £100 is now worth more euros. This is just basic economics, and I feel like everyone should understand this, hopefully. But £100 is now worth 150 euros, and then it could happen in the opposite sense where, let's say, one day £100 went from 150 euros to now 110 euros or 90 euros. That means the value of the pound has now decreased because the value of the pound against the euro, sorry, has now decreased because it's worth less euros. But in the opposite sense, the 90 euros now being worth £100 shows that the value of the euro has increased against the pound because with 90 euros, you're getting more pounds. You get me? But if you don't understand anything, remember, just shout at me. Like, I'll help out. Obviously, when I started, it was hard. Like, I've been doing it. How long have I been doing it for now? Since I was 16 years old. Actually, I'm acting like I'm a flipping old man, but I've been doing it since I was 16. So what's that? I'm turning 20 in like 9 days. How many days? I don't even know. Like 8 days, 9 days. Turning 20 in like 9 days. So I've been doing it for about 4 years. But I'll say I've been properly like locked in doing it for like since I was 18, 17-ish. But yeah. But let's actually get into the proper good bits now. Looking at all of the bullshit that you want to learn. But obviously, that was still knowledge. That still does explain what forex is on a basic term. But um, what do I start with? What should I start with? So with forex, like I said, so with forex, we look at pairs. So with crypto, for example, you'll be looking at coins. In forex, we call it pairs, forex pairs, and then in crypto, for example, you'll be looking at crypto coins. So you'd be looking at with crypto, you'd be looking at Bitcoin, Ethereum, you'd be looking at Dogecoin, Litecoin, all of these different crypto coins. Whereas with forex, instead of looking at coins, we look at pairs. So we'll be looking at pairs like the GBP USD, the EUR USD, or the USD CAD. What does this mean? So the GBP USD, GBP is what the shortened, what's the word? Cinnamon or shit, safety. You know what I'm trying to say? It's like the shortened abbreviation. That's the better word, not cinnamon. That's a fucking. Oh, just shut up. The shortened abbreviation of the Great British Pound is the GBP. So GBP USD is the pound versus the US dollar, because the US dollar shortened is USD, United States dollar, USD. You know, you have GBP, you have USD. I shouldn't have to explain that, but I'm just explaining that just so you understand. Like, it's the basic terms. GBP USD, the Great British Pound versus the United States dollar. We look at different pairs in the forex market. So, for example, you can get other pairs where you're looking at the exchange rates against the euro versus the US dollar, or you could look at the Indian rupees versus the Japanese yen. You can literally combine any single currency and look at the exchange rates, and always think of that exact same scenario in the airport where you want to look at the pound versus the euro, GBP, EUR. That's how we would look at it as. So in a forex market, if you want to look at the GBP, for this video, I'm just going to use the GBP USD as an example because those are the two biggest currencies in the world. GBP USD. This is the pair that most beginners tend to look at because it's the most fluctuating pair. You know, the pound moves a lot. It has a lot of value, as well as the dollar. It moves a lot. So if you want to start looking at this for yourself, this website is called Trading View. It's like a major, it's what every single trader uses. It's the most biggest trading website. It's just to look at the pairs, though. It's not to actually trade. And if you want to actually trade, You shouldn't, because you're a beginner. Don't actually start trading until you gain the knowledge. If you thought I was going to give you the website for you to go and trade with no knowledge, then I'd be a criminal, and I'd be wanting you to go and lose all the money. But it's a myth. It's a myth right now. Focus on gaining the knowledge first, and then actually placing real money. Because I promise you, if you start trading now, like, you're gonna lose all your money, 100%. With no knowledge, you lose all your money. If you go and join some random Telegram group chat telling you, "Yo, place these trades," you're going to lose your money. Don't do that. I've been there years ago. I've been there. Do not do that. I'm telling you a fact. Don't do it. On a long-term basis, yeah, you'll make quick money. Long term, you realize, yo, shit, all my money's gone. Do not do it. I'm telling you. But yeah, don't join these random Telegram HS Tiki Toki bouncer play dirty. Like, trust me, don't do it. Just learn it for yourself. It'll always benefit you. So let's go back to looking at pairs. So GBP USD. What does this actually mean? This means, so when we're looking at pairs, the currency that is on the left is known as the base pair, and the currency that is on the right is known as the quote pair. What does this mean? So the base pair always has a value of 1. A value of 1. So this means we are always going to compare one, whatever the base pair is. So one in this scenario is one Great British pound against X US dollar. This is what will always fluctuate in price. So as we can see, this is an actual live chart of the GBP USD. The date is currently the 17th of January. It's about 1 o'clock in the morning. I mean, nearly 2 o'clock in the morning, sorry. This is a real life chart of the GBP USD. Obviously, you guys probably don't understand what this all means, but it's just showing you, like, the market's going up and the market's going down. The pink means it's going up, black means it's going down. But I'll explain that in another video. But for now, let's just remember that the base pair has a value of 1, and then the quote pair, the USD, US dollar, is always going to fluctuate in price. So for example, if I'm to so for example, where do we get the value of the quote pair from? So we look on the right here, and then we look at the line of where price currently is. I've just gone back in time, so it's paused right now, basically. But this shows that 1 GBP USD, because this is actually the GBP USD chart, 1 GBP USD at this time, so at on the 17th of January at 12:55, it was worth 1.26396 US dollars. So that means if we wanted to have a value of the quote pair, 1.26, what was it? 1.26396. If we wanted a value of the quote pair, the value would be $1.26396. As simple as that. You don't need to complicate it. That means £1 is worth, if you want to simplify it, is worth 1.26 cents. But obviously they'll give you the extended form of $1.26396. So £1 is worth $1.26396. Obviously you can get different forex pairs where it's like you can look at the euro versus the US dollar, you can look at the Japanese yen versus the US dollar, or the US dollar versus the Japanese yen. It's always going to be the same thing. And obviously this price changes every single second. Like, the forex market is constantly changing. Like, as you can see, it was down here at one point, now it's up here. If I was to, because I'm going on the basic level, I'm just going to put it as lines for now. This is probably more easier for your eyes. But so if you follow the mouse here, it was worth 1.26252. So £1 was worth $1.26252. So let me just mark that out. $1.26252. We get the value here. Follow the mouse. $1.26252 is what £1 was worth, and then it increased to what it currently is now at 1.26396. So that means the value of the pound has increased, whereas the value of the dollar has decreased, because with £1, we are getting more dollars. You get me? Think of the airport scenario where you're going on holiday, you have £1, and then in the next 10 minutes, it's gone up to 1.2, and you want to fly out to the US States this time, and you want to exchange it, and then you were flying out at 10:05. This, if you look down here, this shows the time and the dates. The bottom axis shows the time and the date, and then this axis shows the value. We call this the pip value. Obviously, I'm gonna explain that as well. But so here it was worth at 10 o'clock. It was worth 1.26252, and then we flew out to America in about 3 hours. In about 3 hours, sorry, we flew out to America, or 2 hours, or however long this is, and at 1 a.m. on the 17th of January now, it's now worth 1.26396. This shows that it's gone up in value. The pound has gone up in value because it's worth more dollars now. So let me give you an example. This is what the Forex market would look like, something like that. And then, so that means here, let me just draw this out. Obviously, this isn't what it actually is, but let's say it was the 5th of January. Yeah, the 5th of January. This is GBP USD. I'm going to also write that out. GBP USD. 5th of January, GBP USD. So the Great British Pound against the US dollar, 1 GBP, because this is the base pair, versus X. This is going to change in value, the quote pair USD, on the 5th of January at, let's say, 3 p.m. Obviously, this is just an imaginative figure. It was worth $1.26945. So £1 was worth $1.26945, one USD. I mean, 1.26945 USD, your US dollars. So I'm just going to say dollars, but that's what that means. So on the 5th of January, it was worth £1 was worth $1.26945, the quote pair. And then it has now increased to on, let's say, the 6th of Jan, on let's say 4 p.m. I put a semicolon, but I don't really care. On the 6th of Jan at 4 p.m. now, we can see that it's gone up to 1.27194 US dollars. That means £1 is now worth $1.27194, which shows that what the value of the pound has increased. Why? Because it's now on the 5th of January, it was worth 1.26945, and then on the 6th of January, it's now worth $1.27194. And this is comparing the pound to the dollars. If it sounds confusing, then just ask me questions and I'll explain it more, I guess, because this is kind of easy, I guess, but obviously I'm not everyone, like some people may find it harder than others. So if you have questions, just ask me. It's not that deep. If you have this link, that means you're my pupil and I rate you, so feel free to ask. But how long is this video? Damn, it's been 20 minutes. But yeah, I'm just gonna round it up and I'll probably do like multiple videos. But now in Forex, so sorry. So now we've seen that it's gone up in value, right? how do we explain to someone in a Forex language that price has gone up in value? What would we say? Okay, I'm asking you like you know, but in Forex, we would say that it has gone up in a certain amount of pips. What are pips? I said, what are pips? Pips are like the measurement of Forex. So it's like centimeters, for example, but in Forex language, I guess, or it's like milliliters or meters. It's just a measurement of the exchange of money, I guess, if that makes sense. So, for example, for us to calculate how much price has moved up by, or GBP USD, sorry, has moved up by, we would say it's gone from 1.26945 to 1.27194. So for us to calculate that, this is why I got the calculator out and I was in the process of getting the calculator. For us to, where the hell is my calculator gone? One sec. 1 second. For us to calculate that, what we do is we calculate the old value, the new value, so 1.27194, take away the starting value. So on the 5th of Jan, this value, take away the new value. So we'll put 1.27194 minus 1.26945. What do we get? We get 0.00249. Now with pips, what we do is we ignore these numbers here. We always ignore the zeros on the left, and then we ignore the furthest number on the right. And what that leaves us with is the number 24. So if we were to take away this zero, ignore this zero, ignore this zero, and ignore this far right number, this 9, we are left with just the number 24. So what this means is from here to here, the market has gone up by 24 pips. So if you want to measure it, like I said, it's like a measurement tool. From here to here, we would say it's gone up by 24 pips. Look. Obviously you guys don't understand this, but this is like the ruler of trading view. So it literally gets almost the exact same number that we got, 0.00248. So what would we do? We would ignore this last zero, this last number, and then we would ignore this zero, and then we would get the value of pips. Obviously this tool does the calculations for you. It does the calculations for you, so I didn't have to go on my calculator, but I was just showing you on the calculator how you would actually calculate the pips. So if I'm to do that again in an opposite scenario, because obviously the market just doesn't always go down. So GBP USD, if we're going down now, because sometimes the market goes up, sometimes the market goes down. You make money both ways as well. Don't think it just has to go up for you to make money. You don't. You can make money off of it going down as well. But we can see that I'm not going to draw out the date, but let's just imagine that this was the 5th of January again till the 6th of January. So on the 5th of January, this is not true. The pound, we're still looking at GBP USD. So I'm just going to write it out so that you guys remember, whoever's watching this video. We see how long this video has been going on for. 1 sec. 24 minutes now, but it's calm. So £1 on the 5th of January, which is where we started here, £1 on the 5th of January was worth 1.27780. And then on the 6th of January now, which is here, where we're currently at, it's worth 1.27515. What does that mean? It means we have gone down in value. The pound has gotten weaker. Pound has gotten weaker. The value of the pound has gotten shit against the dollar. So it means the value of the dollar has gone up in value. Why? Because £1 has decreased against the dollar from 1.27780 to 1.27515. So £1 was worth this here, and now it's worth this. And how would we calculate this pip movement, as Forex traders would say? We would say, so when it's going down, we obviously would take away by the starting value, which is 1.27780. There's been a lot of numbers, but it's like, it's not as hard as it sounds. So 1.27780 minus 1.27515 equals, so we get a value of 0.00265. So what do we do again? We ignore this value, and we ignore this value, and we ignore this value. We ignore all the zeros and the decimal point as well, and we ignore this far right number, the number 5. So what do we get? We get 26. So that means we have gone up by, and we have gone down, sorry, I don't know why I said up. We have gone down by 26 pips. If you want to try calculate it for yourself, like, I recommend you do this to see if you get it. And then, like, I'm gonna pause the video, or I'm gonna cut the video, and I'm gonna put the answers straight after. So this is still GBP USD. Like, I recommend you explain it for yourself if you really do want to learn it. Like, if you want to keep it stored in your head, explain it to yourself. So cool. Here it is. Actually, I'm not gonna cut it, but try and explain this to yourself. So this is where we was at, and this is where we are now. Where do we get the values from? Here and here. So if someone asks you, yo, whatever your name is, how many pips has GBP USD gone up by? So how do I calculate how many pips this has gone up by? This is where you're meant to pause the video and calculate it, but you're probably not paused it yet. So I'm just going to explain it to you. I'm going to just explain it. So what you do is you take away, because we're going up, we take away the final value, which is 1.28476. 1.28476 minus the starting value here, this black one, 1.28077. And we just press OK. So this is what we would have to put in our calculator. So this would explain the pip movement. So let me just put this in my calculator now. 1.28476 minus 1.28077 equals 0.00399. So we would ignore this value, 0.0, the zeros here, sorry, we would ignore these zeros, not the value, and we would ignore the decimal point, and we would ignore the value on the far right. So we would say that this has gone up by 39 pips. So we would say this whole movement here, from here to here, was 39 pips. Now, if I'm to give you a real life scenario again, this does happen in real life. So look, this is GBP USD. As we can see, the value of the pound against the dollar, this is a real chart. The value of the pound against the dollar is going down in value. So from here, let's say, look, so here, this was on sometime on the 15th of Jan to, let's say, this black line here. This is going to be a lot of pips, by the way, but is what it is. So from here to here, this is just a real life example. Obviously, I'm not going to do the whole calculation thing again because it's long. I'm just going to use this tool. But from here to here, oops, we would say it has dropped by, I'm just going to use this tool. We would say it has dropped by 119 pips. How did I get that? We ignored this zero, and then the far right, and we were left with 119. So we would say it has dropped by 119 pips. Obviously, that is just like the basics. I can't be asked to do a whole long ass video on literally forex trading because I could go on forever. Like I could post bare stuff, but that is the basics. Eventually, you'll understand that how to actually make money off of this. So make money off of these pips movements of price going down. You can make money off it going down, like I said. Vice versa, you can make money off of it going up. And you'd learn how to predict patterns. So the whole point is, let me just give you a quick understanding. The whole point of it is, so let's say price is going up and we are going to predict that the market is going to continue going up. What you'd actually have to do is you're basically buying, let's say you're buying £1, for example, and then £1 against the dollar. So you're buying £1 against the dollar and you're betting that, let me not say betting because that sounds like gambling, but in this scenario, it has to use the word betting. You're betting that off of your intuition and what you've analyzed on the markets. You're betting that the value of the pound is going to go up in price, right? The value of the pound against the dollar, sorry, is going to go up in price. So £1 is now going to be worth, let's say it's currently worth let's say it's currently worth $1.26, right? You're betting that it's going to go up to be worth $1.40, and that bet is what would make you money. So that increase in price is what would make you the money. So it's like if you put £100 down, it will still be the same the same times and multiplication of it going up. If you understand what I'm saying, it's just about how much you want to put in and how much you want to risk for that trade. But that's just a basic example. And like I said, you can make money going down betting that the value of the dollar is going to increase against the pound. So, it's just the same thing. And then Bitcoin, not really going to speak about Bitcoin. It's more of like a Forex video, but yeah, this is a current trade that I'm in as well. So I'm trading the fact that the USD CAD is going to go up in value. So $1 is going to go up in value, and currently I'm in profit. I'm not going to say how much, but it's not that much actually. It's probably about like $200 right now ish. But currently I'm in profit, and if it goes up to here, I'll probably be up about $1,600 ish, around that, if it goes up to there. But yeah, that is literally trading. Obviously, there's a lot more to it. Let me turn my camera back on. There's a lot more to it, but that's literally it on a basic level. If you need help, just shout me. I've got you. I'm doing this for a minute now. I've basically mastered it. If you need me, shout me. I've got you. But yeah, that's literally it. Don't share the link out as well. If you share the link, it shows me your IP address, so I'll know where your IP address is, and I'll literally find out who shared it, and I'll come for you. And that's a joke. That's a joke. But seriously, don't share it though, because like I said, not doing the YouTube thing properly till end of the year when I'm ready. So, hopefully you man enjoyed, gain some knowledge. Shout me if you need anything, but safe.